The Galactic Council chambers fell silent as Ambassador Cathara of the Zalani Empire placed her crystalline appendage on the treaty document. Across the obsidian table, General Vex of the Tauran hegemony followed suit with his scaled claw. The two greatest military powers in the galaxy had finally agreed to end their 3-century war. "The Accords of Eternal Peace are now ratified," announced Counselor Morith, his tentacles weaving through the air in ceremonial patterns. "No longer shall the void between stars run red with the blood of our peoples." Ambassador Chen Wei of the Wu Terran Federation sat quietly at the far end of the table, observing. Humanity had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel, and was considered little more than a curiosity by the established galactic powers. Earth's representative had been invited more as a courtesy than out of any real diplomatic necessity. "The humans wish to add their signature as witnesses," Chen said softly, standing and approaching the treaty. Kithra's faceted eyes gleamed with amusement. How quaint. The newcomers wish to play at diplomacy. Chen smiled and signed the document. With an archaic ink pen, another human peculiarity that drew subtle mockery from the assembled delegates. As the ink dried, he spoke again. "There is one small matter my government wishes to address. A humanitarian concern, if you will." "Speak." "Quickly, Primitive," General Vex rumbled. "We have a galaxy to rebuild. During our study of this conflict, we discovered something troubling. Your weapons, while remarkably efficient at destroying military targets, seem to have an unfortunate side effect." Chen paused, accessing his data pad. "They sterilize entire worlds, not just of enemy combatants, but of all life." The chamber erupted in dismissive clicks and chirps. Counselor Morith waved a tentacle for silence. "This is war, human. Collateral damage is inevitable." "Perhaps," Chen nodded, "but my species has a saying. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. We've brought something that might interest you all." From his diplomatic pouch, Chen withdrew a small, sealed container. "This is a biological sample from Earth. Completely harmless to any sentient species, I assure you. We've tested it extensively." Cathara leaned forward, her crystalline form refracting the chamber's light. "What does this have to do with the peace treaty?" "Everything." Chen set the container on the table. "You see, this organism has a unique property. It's a terraforming virus, designed by human scientists to rapidly restore life to dead worlds. It works by breaking down the molecular structures left behind by your sterilization weapons and converting them into fertile soil." The silence in the chamber grew heavy. General Vex's scales darkened. "You speak of biological weapons." "Not weapons," Chen corrected. "Healing. This virus cannot harm any living creature. It can only transform death back into life. In our tests, worlds sterilized by weapons similar to yours were blooming with plant life within 6 months of exposure." Counselor Morith's tentacles began moving in agitated patterns. "The implications are staggering," Chen agreed. "Every dead world your two empires created in 3 centuries of war, dozens of entire star systems, could be restored. The homeless populations forced to live on overcrowded colony ships could have new homes." Cathara's voice carried a dangerous edge. "And what does humanity want in return for this gift?" Chen's smile remained unchanged. "Nothing. We're releasing the formula publicly through the Galactic Information Network immediately after this meeting. Any species can manufacture it." The revelation hit the assembled delegates like a quantum torpedo. General Vex stood abruptly, his massive frame casting shadows across the table. This changes everything. If dead worlds can be restored so easily, then your centuries-old excuse for territorial expansion becomes invalid, Chen finished. No more need to fight over habitable worlds when you can create them from the graveyards of your own making. Cathara's crystalline form began to resonate, a sign of deep agitation among her people. You've made warfare obsolete. Not obsolete, Chen corrected. Just unprofitable. What's the point of conquering worlds through destruction when peaceful? Cooperation would yield the same result without the centuries of death. The chamber erupted into chaos as delegates began arguing in dozens of alien languages. Through the cacophony, Chen continued speaking, his voice calm and steady. Humanity has a peculiar talent for survival. We've learned that sometimes the greatest victory comes not from being the strongest, but from making strength irrelevant. He gathered his belongings, preparing to leave. We've been watching your war for decades, studying how you fight, learning your tactics, but more importantly, we've been developing solutions. Counselor Morith managed to restore order. Human, do you realize what you've done? You've potentially destabilized the entire galactic political structure. Have we? Chen paused at the chamber's exit. Or have we simply given everyone a chance to build something better? As he walked toward the door, Chen called back over his shoulder. Oh, and one more thing. The virus is self-replicating and adapts to local conditions. It's also completely impossible to weaponize. We made sure of that. Consider it humanity's gift to the galaxy. The door sealed behind him with a soft hiss, leaving the most powerful military leaders in the galaxy staring at a small container that had just made their entire way of life obsolete. Outside the chamber, Chen activated his communicator. Mission accomplished, Command. The formula is uploading to the galactic network now. Outstanding work, Ambassador, came the reply. How do you think they'll react? Chen smiled as he walked through the space station's corridors, past bewildered alien dignitaries. They'll adapt. They'll have to. We just made peace more profitable than war. Behind him, in the council chamber, the greatest military powers in the galaxy were discovering what humanity had known for centuries. The most dangerous weapon wasn't the one that could destroy worlds. It was the one that made destroying them pointless. The peace treaty had been signed, but humanity had already won the war that would never come.